Hey there. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna keep my bald head for now. Let's see. I want to make sure it works. I better go check. Yeah, I'll check my Gmail first. Okay. All right. All right. It works. Good. All right. So now I can share on the X, I suppose. Okay. Let's see. Here we are. Oh. Let's see. Is it? I better check again. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. Just yeah. Everything's all right now. Except there's nobody in the room. So I will sing my favorite song again, of course. I'm talking to myself and answering myself. I like talking and answering myself sometimes. I really do, yeah. Mm. I have to like eat my Bellatori pizza, you know. Mm. Delicious, you know. Mm-hmm. Very good. Most popular as I am outside of YouTube. Nobody wants to talk to me outside either. Mm. Mm. Oh, it's delicious. Ah, hello, whoever you are. Thank you for stopping by. Just eat pizza and have Bang energy drink. Now owned by Monster. So get rid of Bang, which is too bad, but what can I do? They're Monster. Probably got scared after you mentioned the word monster. Yeah, monsters scare me too. Yeah, monsters scare me too. Yeah, that's for sure. Mm. Mm. Delicious. Mm. 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 Delicious. Very delicious pizza, yeah. Right. Yeah, so then I stay outside about 54 degrees where I'm at. Wish I had a convertible. I drive around with a top. I'll wait till 6. Probably. They left too, but I don't like convertibles. I love convertibles myself. They're just so nice. Yeah. Hmm. Just trying to eat my pizza. It's not that easy to do. Ah, it's like breathing again. Oh, come on. Oh, nobody's interested in me anymore. I'm always boring people to death. I don't know why. Oh boy. Is there somebody turning on a motor outside? Whoever it is, I don't know. There, it's probably. Mm. Ah, this pizza's good. Mm-hmm. It's very delicious. Yes. Very delicious pizza. Yeah. Ah. Mm. Mm. Ah, well, thank you, whoever you are, for giving me a like. And something I like about me, maybe it's a lady. Yeah, maybe. Wherever you are, if you're a lady, thank you, sweetie. As long as don't have to be model pretty. Not that pretty's okay. Be a fourth pretty, I don't know. Oh, boy. Fruit smoothie, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's banana and grapefruit, yeah. I think that's what it is. I got 3 likes. A freaking banana smoothie? Oh, I should eat banana. Oh, yeah, yeah, it does. All you have to do is no. Yeah, you just put a banana and grapefruit or orange. Or was it orange? No, it's orange. Yeah. Put it in the Oster mixer, turn it on, and let the motor do the work. Yeah, I bought an Oster smoothie machine for $10 at Cashwise. It was on clearance. And Osters hmm, are, are known to last pretty long. The last 5 years, I'll be very happy. You know, the last 5 years, I'll be very happy. Because usually most machines don't last as long. They really don't. Yeah, they make things nowadays. They make things not to last. So you go to the store, you got to buy it again and again and again. Yeah, I got my mom's old cake mixer 50 years ago. It still works. I got to make a cake with it if I can get around to it. I will eventually, I'm sure. No, Bellatoria pizza. Mixed vegetables and stuff, yeah. Hmm. I I cooked it in the oven earlier and it turned cold. It takes me a while to eat a pizza these days because I have breathing problems and stuff. I have to talk to my doctor and see what she can figure out. And as you get older, as a person gets older, they get more physical problems, breathing, memory, muscles tend to ache a little bit more, all that good stuff. But what can I do? I mean, I've known a lot of people in my day that I've outlived them already. I've known people that died in their 40s and 50s. I know a teenager and his father, I think his name was John Albrecht, I think that was his name. Him and his father, they were putting up a TV antenna on the roof of a house only 2 houses from us in Brooklyn Park. Both of them got electrocuted and died on the roof of a house. Yeah, young man of 14 years old. He was like, was he 15 or something like that? It was too bad. It was a shame, a 15-year-old. John Bunyan? Hmm. I don't know who that is, but John Albrick. I think his name was John Albrick, Albrick or something like that, or Albric, Albrick. I think that was his name, something like that. Yeah, they got electrocuted years back when they were putting up a TV antenna and they forgot to shut off the power or something. Oh, Paul Bunyan. Oh yeah. Paul Bunyan. I think that's up in Bemidji or something like that. I believe. You know, and towns I've been in, they don't really have a statue like that. We have a Herman the German statue in New Ulm, this real big one, and yeah. Yeah, Minneapolis, they have lots of statues, and they took down some statues in Minneapolis too a while back. Here's a time, was it 4 or 5 years ago? Everybody was taking down statues of all kinds of people. Just no, there goes the statue, goes another. Now you do that, that's 10 years in the can. So, person don't want to do that now, and that doesn't include cost to pay for the statue. I wouldn't care if there's no time at all. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't wreck most statues. And there's a couple I would, but most of them I wouldn't. Oh yeah, and there's a. Wait a minute, the Paul Bunyan statue. Wait, no, it would be in Monaga. Monaga, that was some guy holding up a grasshopper with a pitchfork. Yeah, that one's in Monaga. That's a statue. I knew this guy, my friend Steve Risset and his brother, he climbed up on the statue one day and the hand fell right off. Yeah. I don't know if he ever got caught for it or not. I haven't heard, but that's been years ago. And yeah, hand fell off. The guy climbs the statue. A crazy thing to do, climbing up a statue. I mean, what if he fell? He would have been dead. Because I mean, that statue is like what, 20 feet high? Got to land on the head, man. You'd be good as dead. Yeah, Minnesota does have a new flag. Yeah. Yep, they have a new flag. Yeah. Yeah, people. I suppose if a person wants an old flag, they could pick it up on eBay or something and fly the old one. If they want to protest the new flag, just fly the old one and by your house. That's the only way to protest, you know. Yeah, I mean, I used to live in central Minnesota. A lot of people flew Confederate flags. Jesus, I drive through Wadena and like Monaga and Verndale and like Hewitt, Perham, whatever. You'd probably see about 20, 30 Confederate flags. Yeah, 20, 30 Confederate flags. Yep, they love their Confederate flags up there. And I even have the one on the thumbnail of my parade in Sebeka, Minnesota. That guy was driving his pickup truck, flying the Confederate flag, and they let him fly it in the Sebeka parade. You know? Yeah. Imagine that, huh? Flying a Confederate flag in a parade. Yeah. Well, yeah, things are going to change in the future. I bet I bet in time the Atlanta Braves and the Kansas City Chiefs will eventually probably will change their team name. I'm sure, I'm sure it could happen. Maybe it won't, but it might. Because look what's happened. The Cleveland Indians are now the Cleveland Guardians. That's one. Let's see. Then there's um, let's see, what was it? Yeah, there's another team. I can't think of it offhand. Yeah, the teams will change their names. Yeah, or the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, yeah, they'll. Well, they did get rid of that one after a home run. They had this person called Chief Nakahoma that like run around the teepee every time a batter hit a home run. They had they had a Chief Nakahoma. Yeah, let's see. I know it came from Indians to Guardians, and see, I can't. Oh, yeah, I just. Oh well. No, what can I do? Sometimes I just don't remember stuff. Like I say, as time goes by, things change. Team names change. Teams relocate. I mean, just think of the Oakland A's. The A's are like in their fourth location ever since the, let's see, yeah, the 20th century. Their fourth location was it? That's in the 20th and 21st century. That's right. Because at first it was the Philadelphia A's, Kansas City A's, Oakland A's, and technically it's the Sacramento A's until they moved to Las Vegas. They'll be the Las Vegas A's. And just think the city of Oakland, too, does not have a sports team, even though Oakland has won, was it 3 World Series in base? Yeah, the Raiders, too. Yeah. The Raiders won, I think, like 3 Super Bowls in football, about 3, 4 World Series in baseball, 1 NBA Finals in basketball. Yeah. Yep. Oakland to Los Angeles and back to Oakland, then to Las Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's like 7, 8 titles they won of sports in Oakland, and now they don't have a sports team. And there's some towns where they've very seldom won in sports. Yeah. Like the Chicago Cubs haven't won too many World Series. Yeah, there's the White Sox, won a couple here and there. And let's see, football. Let's see, the Bears won a couple of Super Bowls. Oh yeah, the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, they won a lot of finals. Yeah, at one time. Not anymore. Yeah, but like I say, things just change. Yeah, things change, buildings change, vehicles change, music changes, opinions change. Yeah, the world is nothing but change. Yeah, now we don't have any more pennies for change. Yeah, I don't like the modern new music out there, no. But if a person looks through the independent music scene on the internet, there's good music out there, but the mainstream like does not take them. The mainstream music does not take them. They take some guys with like big arms and a good looking face, They take ladies that are like pretty that have an hourglass figure with legs, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff on stage, and they go like this while the sound thing's on. Yeah, because I saw one on the X one time, or known as Twitter. Was it Nikki Manja? She got mad at a fan because she encouraged fans to squirt things at each other, which I think's dumb. Then a fan squirted at her. She got so mad, she took her microphone and threw it at the fan. And while she threw it at the fan, her music just kept going. She wasn't even singing. She was just got real mad at the fan. Yeah, and the music still kept playing, and nobody said anything. Yeah, people will pay to see that. They'll see singers that go like this while they have music in the background. I did that as a kid as a joke. Pretend like I'm singing. I thought nobody would buy this. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Back then I did it, and I didn't think. I thought I was dumb. That singers do that nowadays. Yeah. And then I use the auto tune too, of course, to adjust their singing, because without auto tune, probably some of them would sing like this. Oh, she's so pretty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's so pretty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a line, lovely, yeah. Something like that. I sing off key. You like Gene Stapleton? Yeah, the second part could have been, yeah. I'll see. I'm gonna try it. Elvis, I'm not good at it. Love me tender, love me cruel, for I love you. I'm not very good at it. As time goes by, as we get older, our voice changes. It doesn't sound as good as it used to. Chantilly lace got a pretty face. I used to do that all the time. The Big Bopper. I was better. Yeah. I used to do the Big Bopper really good. Hello, baby. Back then, they didn't make as much money as they do now. If you're on top, that is. A person's on top, they'll make tons of money. Yeah. Yeah, but if you're in the middle and stuff, you wouldn't make as much. No, not really. Let's see. Yeah, look at. I can name one band that was falling from Grace Ariel Speedwagon. They used to sell out stadiums all the time. After a while, they couldn't sell out the small casinos. I think after they fired guitarist Gary Rickrath, they really went downhill, because it's hard to find a talented guitarist like Gary Rickrath. You ever heard Gary Rickrath play guitar? That guy's talented. But I guess he couldn't get a gig anywhere place else, because he's probably out in the music industry. He was known as a big mouth or something like that, stuff like that. See if they're known to be a negative person, no one's going to hire them. I mean, person could have all the talent in the world, but if they act like a shithead, no one's going to hire them. Yep, nobody's going to hire them, because why would they want to? Well, there's some guitarists and drummers and um, bass players, they get jobs everywhere. They get jobs. I mean, yeah, they get jobs. Yeah, like right away. Yeah, some of them end up as sessions musicians pretty often, but being a, oh yeah, oh Gary Rickrath, yeah, oh, he did get hired. Yeah, it's like smaller bands and smaller gigs. Yeah, yeah, but he didn't get hired anywhere major, you know. Because like I say, you know, there could be other reasons, but well, he's probably one of those people that weren't very nice or something, you know, or you know, because sometimes some talented people just don't get hired, and some talented people get hired constantly. Yeah, they excuse me. Yeah, it's hard to God if a person's in a band. Oh, geez, and you even get to the top 100 in music, person's hit the jackpot basically. Yeah, yeah, person's hit the jackpot. Yeah, Gary Rickraft was. Yeah, that was one of the only reasons I like the REO Speedwagons because of Gary Rickraft and his guitar playing. You know, sometimes when I go for with my own guitar, he's an influence. One of them. Let's see him and there's Edge from YouTube. That's another. I mean, excuse me, Edge from U2. Yes, Edge from U2. George Harrison. That's another. Eric Clapton. Let's see. There's another. Well, I have plenty of guitar players. Oh, Mean Mary, the one I'm subscribed to on YouTube. Yeah, Mean Mary can play guitar and play banjo too. Yeah. Oh, Mean Mary. Real country lady too. Yeah. 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 But like I say, there is good bands out there in the independent scene, but they're kind of hard to find. Person's got to really dig these days. You know, person's got to really dig. But for me, I just settle with my old band. Sometimes I'll watch YouTube of like older rock festivals, rock concert festivals, and I mean, you get a front row seat sitting like right here, like I am. You know, you get a better seat than almost anybody in the stadium. Yeah, you get some person they can pay what $150 for a nosebleed up in the second tier. Yeah, some singers charge that much, $150 for a nosebleed. Yeah, no, I wouldn't pay that. But I think the days of bands playing in stadiums, one band, for example, or maybe two, it's long over now. You know. Yeah, that's true. You got a point there. Because after the corps hire them, the corps or the people behind the scenes tell them what to do. Then they'll say, hey, man, you'll make more money. You listen to us, you'll make more money. And of course, bands that, yeah, that's true. They're the same as everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, that's the old Brady Bunch thing with Johnny Bravo when they made his voice totally different. When you think about it, that show inspired probably a lot of people in the future. Because you remember when they had him wear the suit and stuff, and then they replayed his music and he didn't sound like that. And then that guy says, yeah, who cares how you sound like? Yeah. He just wanted him to wear the suit because he looked good in the suit. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, yeah. Most kids I know, if they pay them a lot of money, they'd be a Johnny Bravo. The way my life was, I jumped the chance to be a Johnny Bravo. Of course, the Brady Bunch, they do the right thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, and the fakiest Brady Bunch I ever saw. Oh, this is fake. The time when Marcia was the president of the Davy Jones fan club. Then when she writes to Davy Jones, he comes and sings in Marcia Brady's prom for free. Shut up. He wouldn't even give her an answer. He has so many letters, he wouldn't even give an answer. He'd have his people answer for him. Crazy. Yeah, that was about the dumbest Brady Bunch I ever saw, but I used to watch it all the time. I was so dumb. He was a kid. I thought it was dumb. Yeah, thing with Davy Jones. Oh, he comes over and meets him in person out of the blue. Right. Yeah. Anytime I wrote to my favorite celebrities, I never gave me an answer. They never gave me an answer. So, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I knew a girl from Osceola High School. She said that she met Melissa Gilbert at a skating rink, and she said she's totally stuck up. Of course, no, there's no evidence, so I can't say she's telling the truth. She seems like she was, but then I don't know. So I say most of the celebrities, they wouldn't give us the time of day, and that's the way it is. We are celebrities, we'd probably be the same way, There's a lot of people that don't make nearly as much money. That's the first thing they'll do to celebrities, stick the hand out, want something from them. They'll stick their paw out. Be like a dog when you beg. Be just like a dog when they beg for food. Yeah. Just like animals when they beg for food. Yeah. That's one thing humans can tell about animals too, is when they beg. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of last night, yeah, I was doing a show last night and YouTube just did a stupid glitch and then it said like stand by or something when I was checking on it. And I thought, this is dumb. Then when I checked my thing where my Google email and it said nothing about it, I knew something was wrong. Because when I check my Google email, they'll say that I'm live and I'm on. So I didn't feel like doing the show at the time. So I just thought, nah, why bother? Why bother, really? So I just shut her down and went to bed and went, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh. Yeah, pretty soon it'll be snowing. It'll be fun driving my rear-wheel drive car around. Hope it doesn't have a blizzard while I'm driving. God, that's scary. Driving in a blizzard. Boy, I hate that. Especially you live in an apartment and the nearest friend who has a house is way in Garden City, about over 30 miles away. on the side roads. Don't want to drive them when it's slippery out. Now with my rear wheel drive Grand Marquis, because that thing will just slide all over the place. Even with traction control, it helps a little bit, but not seriously. Yeah, helps a little bit, but not seriously. Oh, ding dong, ding a dong a ding a ding a ding a dong, ding a dong. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I take it that one in Sleepy Eye because that one in Medelia, that's the one that wrecked my mirror. And the owner said, Randy, at least your car is clean. Thanks for the last of your business. I mean, imagine that. You didn't even have to answer me because if you think about it, it's like my word against theirs anyway. I mean, almost nobody's gonna pay attention what I say because people like the car wash, they're gonna go and they'll think, oh, my mirror won't get broken, I'll just go. Yeah, that's the way most people think. Yeah, the owner gave me a strange answer. Oh, that's one in Sleepy Eye. That's the older car wash. The Quick Shine in Medelia was the newer one. That's the laser wash. The one in Sleepy Eye, that's the old wash. That's like really old. That's back in the early 70s or something like that. Yeah, they used to build washes like that in the 70s. Sort of like a plain Jane building, stuff like that. And that's how they used to do it, the plain Jane style. But as time went by, some owners, they make buildings fancier. And yeah, they have another car wash in Sleepy Eye that's more expensive. It's all fancied up and stuff and still in business, surprisingly. Now, of course, Sleepy Eye people have money, more money than they do in Wadena. So, well, the owners generally do work there. They go there sometimes to either collect the change or make sure the stuff works. You know, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, those do it. Yeah, they can't really hire extra employees in a small town. Well, in New Ulm, there is one car wash where there's a bunch of people, washing and wiping your car. Those car wash employees that do the hand washes, but you're gonna have to pay a lot more money for it. I mean, hey, it's not cheap. I mean, it's not cheap to get a wash in those places. I mean, if I pay $15 for a car wash in Sleepy Eye, I'm gonna pay a lot more for the hand wash people, and I don't even want to know because I couldn't afford it. Even $15 is kind of a stretch. I mean, I did pay 10 the last time, but even 15 is a stretch for me. Because I try to wash my car, once a month, and a lot of times when birds are doing a number on it outside, I'll take a wipe and wipe it down, or sometimes I'll take a hot bucket and some water and soap and kind of swish the crap away. Because you want to get that crap off your the body of your vehicle, because if you don't, that crap contains acid and it'll eat the paint off. Yeah, those birds, like the seagull crap and the certain birds that crap that icky slop, that white slop. Yeah, they'll eat paint. Yeah, they'll eat paint off your vehicle. So I'll wipe that right away. No, I don't have a garage, unfortunately. Not in the apartment that I live in. And if one rents a garage, geez, you have to pay almost for the cheapest. I think a person will have to pay like probably $75 to $100 a month in New Ulm, probably more. Oh yeah, when it comes to things for rent, people are going to boost that price up. because when they boost that way up, they're telling me they don't want my car in their garage. If they boost it way up, they do. People sometimes will do that on purpose, you know. Oh, you mean the birds crapping? Yeah, I know it isn't good, but like I say, you know, when it's like outside all the time on the parking lot, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the trouble. You know, birds like to get into it. Is hopefully the people around me don't feed the birds too much, though. Because if a person doesn't feed the birds too much, the birds will stay away. But if some person is feeding the birds, say a lot of breadcrumbs, for example, you know, they're going to stick around and they'll be pooping on people's vehicles, stuff like that. Because I know one lady was feeding the squirrel peanuts until the apartment manager told her you shouldn't feed the squirrels the peanuts because they're rodents and they do damage to the building and stuff, you know, which is true, you know, because those squirrels, they could do a lot of damage. You know, they're not your nice rodent, so to speak. Boy, boy, that bang is good, hey? Yeah. Mm. This Bellatori is delicious. I said I was supposed to cook it on oven rack, but I like putting it on a pizza pan myself. Speaking of the pizza pan, I bought one on clearance at Menards for $7. So far, it's been pretty good. I'm not sure if they have any left. I probably doubt it, because a pizza pan goes for $7 now. They'll disappear. So I've seen those pizza pans, even the worst ones, $12, $13, and they look like something that'll rust after a wash or two in the sink. Yeah, my last pizza pan and air bake, I had that for 3, 4 years, and last time I tried to wash it, it was like full of rust in the middle where it says air bake, so I had to recycle it. Yep, I just took it downstairs to the recycling and garbage room and put it in the recyclables. Let them melt the steel down for something else. It's like my 97 Buick Park Avenue. That is now some kind of ball of metal, and now that ball of metal turned into something else. Yep. My 97 Park Avenue is no more. It's no more. Oh, I've had some people on YouTube say, "Oh, you should have fixed up the car." Impossible. Can't. Too rusted. Too rusted on the bottom. It was like front wheel drive. Doesn't have the full frame, so it's very risky. It was front wheel drive. Yeah. Mm, so delicious. Pizza, yeah. Mm. Yeah, that old car, the old Park Avenue. Yeah, it was a great runner. If I had the car down south, I'd probably still be driving it, you know, because they don't put salt on the roads down south. Those engines, I've heard they last up to 435,000 miles. It's 26 miles to the gallon on the highway. The only thing is the transmission. When I bought it, it kind of hesitates when you take off. Kind of has a hesitating transmission, which is annoying. You know, in the country, the car is just great. Oh God, this car's great out in the country. As long as you don't go in the big towns, you got to gun the car. You know, that's kind of Yeah. Yeah, I had 3 ashtrays, 3 cigarette lighters. The car had one thing the car had that was great. They had this cup holder, the in between thing. I put my lottery tickets in. I used to bang that thing down all the time. It'd never break. That's one of the few things in the Park Avenue that didn't break. Yep, the seats started ripping. the, the, the electronic stuff started not working. Yeah. Yeah, underneath my car was just full of rust. I wish I'd have had my selfie stick at the time, but I forgot it at home. I forgot to drive it and show everybody that it's scraped, and the scraping was the bearings, which is expensive to repair, by the way. And not only it needed bearings, it needed a windshield. A windshield. It needed a windshield. It was cracked. Yeah. Yeah, the car needed so much towards the end. Yeah. Yeah, it needed so much. And even on its last dying days, that car still gets better gas mileage than the Mercury Grand Marquis in its best mileage days. That's pretty funny. That Grand Marquis, when it comes to mileage, it's not, as long as you go 55 most of the time, the gas mileage isn't bad. But you go past 55, you go 60, 65, the gas mileage goes. Yeah, you take that 65 mile an hour road from from New Ulm to Mankato, that gas mileage will, yeah, you just go way down. Yeah, I just keep track of the gas mileage. The only 2 things the car needed at the time was the, let's see, temperature gauge, needed that in a new battery. Yeah, that's about it. Temperature gauge and new battery. Oh, the Park Avenue, boy, I sure had a lot of things fixed on it. One time, a left turn signal didn't work, and I took it to Steve's alignment in Wadena, and yeah, Steve was telling me, he says, "Well, I can get you this turning thing." He says, "Once I do that in the labor, he says, it's going to be at least $400. He says, "Well, I could try used, but I prefer you get a new one." I said, "Steve, I said, just get a new one. I don't like monkeying with used stuff." I said, "Get a new one." That's one thing Steve liked about me, is I always wanted new parts. Because he told me, he says, those used parts are a hassle. He says it takes extra time in the garage. He had a small gas station type garage in Wadena, and the parking was very little. But yeah, he bought that. See, before it was Exhaust Pros, it was like for sale for a year, and he bought that station for a song. He basically bought it for a song. Plus he can fix law enforcement vehicles and emergency vehicles like ambulances and fire department vehicles. Let's see. I don't know if he can fix fire. I guess Robin said he could fix anything. Maybe he can fix fire trucks. I don't know. I mean, I know it's somebody from John's. I'm sure could. Of course, John didn't like me. I didn't know why. He just didn't like me, and I thought, okay, fine. He had plenty of business. He didn't need my business, but he probably figured, oh, I don't like this guy. You're gonna get out of here, and that's fine. As I say, if somebody don't like you, go someplace else. That's what I do. That's what I do. I get my vehicle fixed. I mean, I'm there to get my vehicle fixed. I'm not there to make friends. Technically, no. Yeah, yeah. When I go to Chuck Spade Ford, a lot of employees there, they don't really like me, but I don't care. They fix my car great. That's all I care about. They don't like me, so what? Nothing I can do about it. have a nice people fix my vehicles and screw things up, and then they didn't care. I'd rather have some. I'd rather have some big mouth pile of garbage fix my vehicle than some nice person that screws it up. I would. Yeah, I certainly would. Yeah, that's for sure. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Ding dong. Hmm. Melatoria pizza is actually good. It was the only kind I liked at Walmart. Yeah, Walmart's cheapest in Bellatorio, but the only trouble is they only have 4 different flavors. And the other two stores like Cashwise and Hy-Vee, they got about 9 or 10. But the only thing is their pizzas are $1 higher. Usually they're about $1 per pizza higher, which I'm kind of on a budget. So I'm kind of on a budget. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Let's see what's happening. Oops. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, the leaves are all gone from the trees now. They're all gone. Yeah, they're all gone right now. Yeah. Yeah, I see the nuns are they're sometimes running around doing stuff. Boy, some of those young nuns will tell you if I'd have been a young guy, I'd probably go up there and say hi. As an old man, you don't want to do that. Yeah, yeah, they get all mad. Ah, no, I got I got 4 likes. I don't believe it. Well, thank you. Yeah, maybe I'm saying something more interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying something more interesting. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Ah, geez. The last nice days of the year. Now they have, yeah, I don't have much gas. Yeah. Yeah, it's been one of those years I've been moving around a lot. Last couple of years, from here to there, and from here to there, and from there to here, and there to here to everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right now WCW, well, it's owned by the WWE, but they have WCW matches for those that like wrestling, showing like the Great Muta and Ric Flair and Sting and Lex Luger. Now Luger can hardly walk. Yeah, before he's this big, massive guy. Yeah. What's my plans for Thanksgiving? Yeah, I'm gonna stay home. Probably just do YouTube stuff. Probably do some YouTube stuff. I'm not gonna really do anything. Yeah. My relatives, they don't set things up anymore. And yeah, making all that food, that's a lot of work for like one person. And when you go to the stores during the holidays, they're just so expensive. And yeah, like I say, I'm pretty much on a budget right now because of my bad luck. I mean, I moved around a lot in the last 3, 4 years, and moving costs a lot of money. especially when you rent from U-Haul, and the U-Haul trucks, gas mileage ain't the greatest. Eh, If I ever find Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, I could watch that. Watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. You can sing the song, "Oh, the river through the woods to grandma." Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that was a real old film back in the 70s, or 60s or something. Yeah. That guy that did the original Charlie Brown in the 60s, he died. He did that when he was a kid, doing the voiceover of Charlie Brown. Yeah, that guy died. At times he was going off the deep end. That's the trouble kids have, doing stuff like that, voiceovers and making money. And after that, the money's gone. And I guess there's like no other jobs for kids to do. Yeah, that was before social media. Oh God, back then in the 60s and 70s, yeah, if you were on if you were on the news, say if some reporter's talking, yeah, we are out in Burnsville, Minnesota, out at the Metropolitan Stadium, and there's some we walking by, hey, yeah, everybody thought you were famous. Back then, everybody thought you were famous, being on there for 2 seconds. Well, yeah, yeah. If it's like a local TV station, you wouldn't get as many views as I'd say an average YouTuber. If it's like in the local area, like in the Minneapolis, St. Paul. Because remember, back then, see, Minneapolis in the 70s, we had like 3 channels: ABC, NBC, CBS, was a PBS, and the public access. We had like 5 channels. Yeah. Then during the 90s, they added KITN Channel 29 and KXLI 41. They added 2 more stations. Yeah. And then after a while, the internet came about, and then Facebook came and Twitter came, which is changed to the X thanks to Elon Musk buying Twitter. And he says, we're going to make it to X because I own SpaceX and I think X is better than Twitter, says Elon Musk. So that's the way it be. And then you have, all kinds of social media stuff. Then now the YouTube, there's Vimeo, there's, there's all kinds of video channels out there, but YouTube's the main one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Twitter and the Twitter bird, but you know, Mr. Musk. Yeah, he's got money to burn, so he just buys them out and says, you know what? I'm going to change it to the X after SpaceX. And he does. Yeah. Then the employees he didn't like they used to work for Twitter, he canned them. He told them, okay, your time's done, get out of here. And don't forget to take your garbage with you, tell. I don't know if you say that, but might as well say it, I guess. Oh yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff on that social media platform, all kinds of crazy things. Too crazy for me to watch. Yeah, there's one sort of famous person on the X. Name is Cat Turd. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, it is. Lots of crazy things on the internet now. Yeah, they got OnlyFans with all these ladies are basically undressing, hoping to make a donation to them. And what those ladies don't realize is very few of them are going to make money. A lot of them are already been famous as a celebrity, like someplace else, like Paige Van Zandt when she used to be a professional mixed martial arts fighter. Then she went on only. It was her, yeah, I think it was. Well, some mixed martial arts fighters that were female, yeah, they'll just go on OnlyFans and well, they'll make a ton of money if they look great. Their body parts look great, and you get the Google eyes. Oh, she's pretty, man. Oh man, I gotta pay some money to this lady. She could be married too. It don't matter. Don't matter to some guy copping a fantasy. Yeah, yeah, just copping a fantasy. Yeah, that's one thing I learned after I was younger. Why cop a fantasy when a person should try to get reality? That's why I'm now. And once you date a pretty lady like I did years ago, you know, all that whatever's they do on OnlyFans or whatever, I don't even want to bother, even for free. Oh, that too, yeah. All kinds of ads, car ads, phone ads, ads for building stuff, ads for medicine, and oh, how to make the world's best hot dish, so all your neighbors and friends will come over and love you or whatever. Yeah, great. Hmm. Yeah, trouble is if a person like has a party and makes a bunch of food and has liquor. Yeah, lots of drug ads too. Yeah, because a lot of senior citizens, you know, yeah, yeah, a lot of older people out there. A lot of the yeah, no, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a lot of baby boomers out there that are like customers. Oh yeah, and relatively speaking too, with distilled water. I know I've said it in other shows, but Mr. O'Hanlon, or my mechanics teacher, once said about water. He says, "Yeah." He says, "Instead of putting tap water in the radiator, it's better than that. Distilled water." He says, "Distilled water. If it wasn't for that for vehicles, you couldn't even give that stuff away." He said. Nowadays, distilled water is about the same price as bottled water. Yeah. When I get my distilled water for my machine, I always go to Menards because they have a nice box. Yeah, it's Glacier Mist. Yeah, there's like three in a box. It's like easy to carry. Plus, you get a box to put your recyclables in. Yeah, it's not really a good box though. The bottom is, but it does hold those three really good. Huh. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I tried that one. Somewhat similar to this thing. I have a disc thing with a little computer chip. I tried to like put it in my ZX3 camera. It doesn't work. It like shuts off by itself. I gotta remind myself to put it on YouTube in case somebody tries to argue with me on the point. Yeah, I got to do that one for a video. Yeah, yeah. This year has been kind of a downer for me. Yeah, I wanted to go to Valley Fair this year, but I haven't been able to afford it this year. So all that moving, all that excitement. putting a new battery for my car. That took away money too. Needs a battery, so what can you do? I got to keep the old Mercury running. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, YouTube has a lot of negatives. It has some positives though. You can find all your favorite music now, whether it's rock or country or pop or even some real old stuff from like way back in the early 1900s. You can find that too if you want to. Yeah. Or children's record songs for kids. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, even that. Ah, man. Kind of a hard time swallowing sometimes. I talk to my doctor sometime. Maybe increase the dose of that medication. Maybe I don't know. Ah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah. Yeah, my phone, for example. Yeah, I got that stupid ads all the time. They have like a new system then for like solitaire. They have all these stupid ads of I don't know whatever, and they want me to click something. I won't do it. Yeah, I mean I didn't really ask for that stuff. They just threw it on. Oh, the old AL. Yeah, then I'll have a new system in the future besides AL. As far as self-driving vehicles are concerned, I don't really think they're going to do that seriously because they've tested those self-driving vehicles. There's been a lot of accidents. If there's a lot of accidents. Yeah, yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do that. Say, did you catch? They have WCW. Did you ever see WCW on the internet? You ever see that WCW? Because I know they have that live and stuff. It's tape delay in the '90s, but oh, it doesn't come on for you? Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, just like on YouTube, you can put WCW Clash of the Champions. That'll be on, I guarantee it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had they had Tom Zink, was it wrestle against Stan the Lariat Hansen? Oh God. Yeah, I wouldn't never want to get into a fight with, I mean, a real shoot fight. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with Stan Hansen. God, guy's just big and mean and nasty looking. Oh God. Of course, they had him dominate Zink. Of course, Zink, he was on his last legs in WCW, so they were going to basically get rid of him. I think the days of the young looking, chiseled, muscled man, I think fans are kind of losing interest in people like Zinc, because I think Zinc came on. Well, he was in the WWF for a while, but I think if it would have been 10 years earlier, I think he would have been a bigger star. But as time went by, they went the taller, more muscular wrestlers like Lex Luger or something, those real big, powerful men. Or they want guys that can pick guys up over their head and just toss them across the ring. Like, yeah. Or, yeah, like WWF sold the toughest demolition wrestler they had was Crush. That guy could pick up guys over his head. Old Crush. Yeah, he died later on. He wasn't very old. Yeah. Too much partying, that guy. A lot of those wrestlers back then, they loved to party. They even have one on YouTube that Jimmy Garvin actually filmed in the 80s. They had like Road Warrior Hawk and Dr. Death. They were like sniffing coke. And then after that, they're dancing around. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. It's funny as hell. Yeah. Oh, Hawk was just flying, man. I don't think Hawk knew what day it was. That's one of the reasons he died at 46 of a heart attack. All that coke he did really screwed up his heart. I mean, I knew people that met Hawk. I never met him in person myself, but they all said the same thing to me about Hawk. Don't make him mad. They said, that guy's got a temper and he gets mad. Oh, geez, I wouldn't want to make him mad. Yeah. Oh. Well, you didn't see that one? No. Yeah. Yeah, they have that kind of video on there. I saw it. It was crazy. Yeah, it was really crazy. The one where Jimmy Garvin was filming a bunch of behind the scenes stuff in World Championship Wrestling. Let's see, maybe I will see if I can actually get it. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Huh. Oops. It's the wrong one. Oh, darn, I don't know where it is. I have to start doing playlists. I have to start doing playlists sometime on that one so I can remember. Sometimes playlists will help. I forget to do that. Lately, I've been kind of doing that for wild animals. Yeah, sometimes I watch wild animals do what they want to do. Excuse me. Yeah, I saw one of, one time I saw one of a bunch of animals, prey animals. Excuse me, I mean vegetarian type animals going to the watering hole. The elephants backed up the buffalo, like backed up the giraffes and some of the bigger animals. Then they backed up the zebras. The zebras backed up the wildebeests, and the wildebeest kind of backed up the nalas, the impalas and stuff. Impalas, they kind of let them drink. And then the wild boars, the wild hogs, they mostly drink out of puddles. Because zebras, they hate wild pigs because they'll kill wild pigs if they, because wild, a lot of animals don't like wild pigs because wild pigs they have that annoying grunt and it irritates a lot of them because they think it's a lion roar or something. Yeah, warthogs. Yeah, I got to find that one someplace where a bunch of prey animals are drinking water. And then the elephants are the toughest ones. They get their choice. And oh god, that was just so cool. Yeah, yeah, those elephants. There's something else. Yeah, I know I've said this probably in other videos, but I it was on the news. An elephant. Oh sure, yeah. A zebra kick can break an alligator or crocodile's jaw or a lion's jaw if they kick it right. It'll basically kill it because they can't eat if they can kick it right. But it's very hard to do though, and very seldom they succeed in doing that because most of the time the zebra is food to the predators, you know, because of their long necks and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, very long necks. That's their weak points. Just like the buffalo, their weak point is their rear end and the rear legs. And the wildebeest, they're they're big, 550 pounds, but the wildebeest they kind of long necks and yeah, they're not as tough as a zebra. So, yeah. And I think the zebra weighs what 700, 800. But how much does zebras weigh? I, I'll look it up. It's fine. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I know. How much do zebras weigh? Let's see. Oh, it's 380 to 850 pounds, or 992, something like that. 800 to 900 pounds. Yeah, it's bigger than the wildebeest. Yeah, much bigger. Yeah. Oh man. Oh boy. It's a pretty nice day outside. Yeah, I wish I had more money. I could drive a little more, but can't do much of that this year. Darn. Hmm. Well, I could, but my phone only can go about 10 minutes. And then after that, you know, then it goes from gigabytes to millibytes. And then it like takes all day to recharge. I don't have many gigabytes, you know. Yeah, that's a trouble. This electronic stuff, it's so expensive. Yeah, I pay about, let's see, I think like $70 a month for my internet from no, let's see, it's not Xfinity, it's Nuvera. Yeah, it's Nuvera. Yeah, yeah, we um, yeah, yeah. Some people do that. Yeah, I got one guy walking in Minneapolis. Yeah, he does that. He'll do that while walking around. Oh yeah, he walks down Lake Street. He walks down Lowry Avenue. Yeah, yeah. When I see stuff like that, I don't even have to drive there anymore. Not me. The way they steal vehicles over there, I wouldn't even dare. Oh yeah, they'd steal my vehicle for parts. They'd steal my car for parts because there's a lot of vehicles like mine that need parts, so they'd steal mine for parts. So yeah. Oh man. Ooh boy, oh boy. It's about done with my pizza. Yay. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. What's this? I got a mark on my head. Weird. Part of it's white here and part of it's red. That's so weird. Ah, ah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Huh. Yeah. Mm. Oh man, just can't breathe. Oh yeah. Mm. Mm. I'll be right back. I put this in the refrigerator. I'm gonna save that. Yeah, actually, I put it in the freezer. Actually, put it in the freezer so that way I'll have some left. Yeah, making smoothies does save a lot of money because if you buy prepared at the store with the package and all. How much do you cook? Me, I mostly cook out of the crock pot. The only thing I eat a lot of, I like eat a Bellatoria pizza. I can eat a whole Bellatoria pizza because a pizza is like very skinny. It's easy for me to swallow. See, if I have Red Baron, it's a lot of crust and it's hard for me to swallow. You know, plus to me, Red Baron don't taste as good. Well, there's some expensive pizzas that are real delicious too, but a guy like me is kind of on a budget, so I get kind of the Bellatoria. Eh, yeah, trouble is with me, sometimes I eat too much food. Some days with me, I just eat too much dang food. That's the trouble with me. Yeah, you gotta do my best to cut back, but yeah, I just don't do a very good job. Yeah, some people I used to know, they think a way to go on a diet is to drink diet soda pop. Stupid. Yeah, all that what NutraSweet or saccharin or whatever. I don't know. I didn't like drinking that crap. Yeah, I just don't really cook too much. No, mostly cook out of the can and then the package. Excuse me. There's some lawnmowers outside. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's got a mow. Well, speaking of that, I better see. Yeah, I think I got the stuff in my coat pocket in case I got a fly. Whew. 54 degrees outside in Newell, Minnesota. 54. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Down here, there's just more places to go over than when I used to live in Wadena. Yeah, Wadena, you had to drive 50 miles away to do something. The only things they have for activities is they have like a parade once a year and they have like a Mad Hatter's play, and that's about it. Well, in this town, there's always musicals and plays, like, oh, like three, four a month. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then during the summer, they'll have okay, for the town and stuff. I did a video on that. They play like volleyball on sand, and yeah, and somebody got mad because I was just walking around doing it while not filming the volleyball game. Well, I didn't, I just don't know anybody, and it's hard to film a volleyball game if you don't ask, you know. Yeah. Ah, man. Wow, wow, wow. My love, where are you today? Huh. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything going on in YouTube. Nope. Say, did you know there's I don't know, I'm sure you've probably heard of them. Did you know there's a YouTube channel now for like Geraldo Rivera? Probably heard of that guy, right? Geraldo? Now he was a good friend of John Lennon's. Yeah, that was his good friend, Geraldo Rivera. That guy does some of the nuttiest things. Yeah, he does some of the nuttiest things. Yeah, he used to go around in towns and interview people and stuff, but now he's always in the studio. You know, easier money. Well, he doesn't have to risk himself getting attacked or anything. Yeah, it's easier to be in a studio. Yeah, looks like he saved his money too because I never hear him being broke. So he must have saved his money. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's some people that can't save their money at all. Oh, take my breath away. Take my breath away. Take my breath away. Let's go take my breath away. Come to think of it, my late relative Inga, they said that she was in this one church, Lutheran Church of South Minneapolis. For the funeral, I thought to myself, oh, I bet they tore down that old building. Nope, it's still up, but now it's like a community center in South Minneapolis for the poor people. At least the building's still up. That's good. I don't know if I should visit that building or not. I don't know. Hope they're not known to carjack down there. They're known for carjacking. Forget it. When they carjack, they use the squirt gun and take your vehicle away with a squirt gun. That's what they do. Take it with a squirt gun. And try not to be funny, but sometimes you want to go to certain places. Just make sure you go in the morning and where it's safe, and make sure law enforcement's all over the place. Because that's about the only way. Yeah, a lot of crazy things happen in Minneapolis, that's for sure. Surprised that building from 1890 is still up. Yeah. Mm. Pizza's delicious. Mm. Oh, yeah. Pizza is delicious. Yes, it is. Mm. Mm-hmm. See what's going on. Ah. My breathing. Let's see. Going to also see if I can go to the 2 hour mark. I wouldn't say it's hit. I think I'm just gonna go unless the room gets more crowded. Then I'll probably stick around a little more. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, sometimes it's my breathing problems. Yeah. I just, yeah, it's my breathing problem. Sometimes I have trouble eating my pizza. I have some Bellatoria pizza and a Bang energy drink. Then Monster bought them out and got rid of it. What's on the pizza? Olives, meat. Yeah, it could be heartburn. Tomatoes, cheese, everything. Yeah. I just. Whew. Yeah. See, I'll explain on it. Honest or honest, I don't know how you pronounce your name, but you see, that was from when I was a younger man. It wasn't just cigarette smoking. Is when I was a younger man, I used to work in these temporary employment services. They like put you in jobs where they didn't have protection like face masks. You know, you breathe all those chemicals, and especially that time I breathed in styrofoam, you know, in my mouth and all that. Screwed my breathing later on. That's what it did. Because their masks were inadequate. Should have quit, but dummy me, yeah, stayed. Yeah, yeah. I'm in New Ulm. I used to live in towns like Wadena, Minneapolis, Perham, um, Monaga, Cyrus, Mankato, Janesville. Yeah, lived in a lot of towns. Yeah, towns in southern Minnesota. There's like more to do than up in yeah, in the United States. Yep, I live in the northern United States. Yep, that's where I live. What place do you live in particular? Or you live in this country? Or you live in a different country? Oh, Florida. Yeah, that's in the hot part of the United States. Yeah, that's in the hot part. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Florida when I was watching YouTube videos. Yeah, yeah, very interesting state, very interesting city, where with the rich and the poor people. Yeah, what's my channel? Oh, it's just a variety channel. I just do skits. I do travel stuff. I do food reviews. I don't mean anything because everything I like everything I eat, you know. And sometimes I'll just do live shows and don't say anything. Yeah, that's what I do. And yeah, the travel stuff that takes money, and right now I don't have any, so I'm kind of grounded for now. Sometimes I'll talk about my vehicle that I own. Um, Give some updates on that. The only thing about my Grand Marquis is, unless I have a lot of money, I can't travel far with it. Getting between what 18 and 21 miles to the gallon on the highway, that isn't going to get you very far nowadays. Don't get you far. Yeah, car does go really, really quick for a family sedan, but if a person drives too fast, climb the hills, the gas gauge goes. Yeah, it'll the gas gauge will drop quick, my friend. Gas gauge will, yeah. And sometimes I do videos of animals. Sometimes I'll catch a dog doing something or a cat, or sometimes I miss on videos like that time when I saw a chipmunk chase a squirrel. I wish I would have videoed that one. That was cool. Chipmunk chasing a squirrel. I don't blame the squirrel. That's long tail. Chipmunk would really take care of it, you know. And let's see. Oh, like I say, I do interviews with other people. Other people have interviewed me, you know. Mhm. Yeah. So hopefully by next month I could get some money. I can get my Google Meets going so I can start interviewing people live or um, tape delay. I know I got one guy in England. He really wants me to interview him. Oh, it makes me a wild horse. I just like horses. You know, horses are an amazing animal. You know, they've, yeah, yeah. Like I say, when I'm dating ladies and stuff, I can do a lot of wild things like behind closed doors and stuff. I can't really say what because YouTube they get mad and oh you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. They put the handcuffs on me. No, I'm not married. I've never been married in my life. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's. All right. Okay. All right. No, I've never been married. Yeah, I haven't dated in over 20 years. So, yeah, I haven't dated in over 20 years. Now you got a little more subscribers than I got there. I say Honest or Onus. I can't pronounce your first name exactly. Honest number one, Onus number two. I don't know which is right. I don't know which your name is right. Just guessing. I just like horses. Number two, Honest. Okay. Yeah, I think it's right. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, I just like the horses and stuff. They're just such great animals. I mean, they've done so much. They helped build civilizations. They've been used in wars against other people. They pulled wagons and they pulled fire truck. They used to pull the fire trucks before they had the combustion engine. They had the horses pull the fire trucks. They've had horses do construction. I just like horses. And and then the horses they try very hard to stop the bears. Yeah, they were used in wars over history. Yeah, they used the horses when they charged. Yeah, yeah, they should. All the horses get is a stall and some hay and sugar and oats. Hay, sugar, oats, and water, and wheat. They're vegetarians anyway. They like apples too. I'll have to read up on that. Yeah, yeah. I rode a horse once in my life when I was 6 years old. I was out by Sabika. This one guy, he plopped me on a little pony. It was like a white horse. I was like grabbing its hair. It jerked around, and at one point, I almost fell right on a rock with my head, but I held its poor hair on tight. And finally, the horse stopped. The guy took me off. I was riding bareback, like on a pony, and the pony kind of didn't like it. It didn't go wild or anything, but I almost fell off the poor thing. You know. And one thing I've noticed in in a big city I saw too, like in Houston, Texas, I've seen they can legally ride horses in town still. I think in some of the bigger towns, like in Texas and some other states, you could actually ride a horse in town. Yeah, well, you can't in most of Minnesota, no. Well, not in the bigger towns anyway, unless you got a permit for a parade or some shit. I don't know. I'm just not sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure. No. Yeah. No, I never rode a bull. I never rode a mechanical bull neither from way back. I know years ago. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I just wonder. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I am. I am subscribed to your channel. That's right. Already subscribed. Yeah. Yeah, I should look at it sometime. Make videos about horses. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, for videos, sometimes I just make those useless shorts. I'm not really into video shorts, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. YouTube seems to think a lot of people like watch shorts, but I like the big videos myself better. I like it bigger. I like these little short videos. It reminds me of watching black and white TV when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember we had a little black and white TV. Parents had us watch it downstairs while I watched the cool big color TV. Yeah. Oh, it takes half as much electricity, they said. I said, yeah, but you watch the big color TV, you know? Yeah, I guess it does. Oh, so people are interested in the short videos. Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, I just like big. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got my. Let's see, I got my. Uh, oh, that's my big TV. That's my big TV. Sit. Yeah, and my radio's packed up. That's my 120 watt Panasonic. It's a 5 CD changer and 2 cassette. That's how old it is. Back in 1999, they paid $120 when Kmart was closing in Mankato, Minnesota. That's when Kmart closed. Excuse me. My breathing. Yeah, when you're like excuse me, when you're like 61 years old and stuff, you tend to fall apart in some areas. Can't help it. I mean, most older people do. There's some that don't. There's some that don't, but hmm, oh, that'd be a great idea. Yeah, especially back in the days when I was a kid, flying high on that Thorazine. Yeah, yeah. There's somebody talking outside. I might have to shut the window. Oh, yeah, there's some lady yelling at a telephone. Yeah, a lot of strange stuff in my life. Yeah, lots and lots of strange things. Yeah, like I said, when they put those drugs on kids like Thorazine, Ritalin, and Haldol, that stuff will make you high. Yeah, and if I was on that drug, they'd yank my driver's license, and I wouldn't be able to drive anymore. Yeah, I don't recommend drugs for kids or teenagers. Only for adults that are really crazy. Then they should get those drugs. Yeah. Adults that are like really crazy. But kids and teenagers need a chance. Um, yeah, they did give some shots, yeah, for polio and stuff. Yeah, they gave some shots for polio. I didn't get too many shots though. Um, yeah, like I said, it was just first like it was Ritalin and Thorazine, and when on the Thorazine, I was high all the time. A lot of times I'd fall down riding my bike. I'd jump off swings. See, back in the old days, the swings they had like on concrete and stuff like that, like monkey bars too. If a kid falls on their head, chances are you become a vegetable or dead if they're not careful. Oh yeah, kids, we don't jump off swings, and I can prove. I can kind of prove it. Yeah, see that leg is nice and flat. That's from falling on the concrete when I was a kid, jumping off swings. Hurt, kind of hurt though. But if I do that now, I'd scream in pain. When a person's flying high on certain drugs, person don't feel pain. Yeah, I wish I was a liar too. I don't lie. Yeah, we grew up with indoor plumbing. We lived in a house on DuPont. We lived in a 5-bedroom, 1-bath house. It was pretty big. You know, sometimes like down the basement, poop would like come through this one area inside this dirt room. It was just weird plumbing system. I remembered. Yeah, it was weird. And that was a big house. It was a real big house. Yeah. Yeah, if a person Googles that house sometime, it's 4731 DuPont Avenue, North Minneapolis, Minnesota. That was a big house. Yeah, you could have a big party in that house. Hallways are pretty good sized. Yeah, but now with the person owning the house, I'm sure they made it all modern though, because most people when they 4731 DuPont Avenue, North Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, that was out by the areas where, like, that was by Bohannon Park and Weber Park, which was sometimes they call it Camden Park. Yeah, I once did a video on Bohannon. I did one by that drinking fountain. It didn't work, and about 2 years later, they pulled out the drinking fountain. That was like 50 years old. Drinking fountain looked pretty neat. You know, it was like a real old drinking fountain. And they pulled it out. And I mean, that's the thing about Minneapolis. They pull out the neatest looking things you could put in a museum. They just recycle it or throw it away or something, you know. That's typical Minneapolis for you. They just, let's see, we don't like saying that. Let's throw it out. That's what they do. They just throw things out in Minneapolis. Yeah, they've torn down so much stuff over there. Yeah, out in Humboldt, they had this cool business section in 52nd. They tore all that down for kind of like a nature area where there's trees and bike paths or something like that, you know, and yeah, and like the downtown area out in like Nicollet Avenue, it used to look neat and stuff like that. Then they tear it down and totally change it. Then they'll change it again. Sometimes they make it look really strange, you know, because the area in the 80s I thought looked the best. But a lot of times in Minneapolis, they just do things different. Yeah, they just do things different. Let's see. You're talking about, let's see, 47. You're talking about 4735 or 4727? The house on the left or the house on the right of 4731? Oh, 4731? Yeah, that was the house we lived in. Yeah. Yep, that was the house we lived in at the time. It was a white house. Oh, left? Oh, that was the Capples' house, Lil and Louis Capel. Yeah, that was Lil and Louis Capel. They lived in that house. They had a little black dog named Trixie. Oh yeah, she'd bite your hand if you're not careful. little crazy black Chihuahua. Crazy little dog. Yeah, that was a very nice house at the time. Very expensive to heat now. Yeah, very expensive house to heat. And there's one house on DuPont, 47, let's see, 47, 31, 37, 47, 39, 47, 43. I think it was 47, 44 on DuPont, the other side of the street. Yeah, that White House that was on our video, the Jim Conley's house, they got torn down. They built a new house on that one. It was like a little tiny house. They tore that one down. And the 4701 house, it was like a little garage. They tore that down. They moved another house over there. And yeah, done a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, New Ulm. Yeah, the only thing I filmed that was probably pretty interesting is I filmed in the wintertime. They tore down George's bar, the Polka bar, bowling alley. It's like a block long bar. They tore that thing down. Took about a week. Yeah, 2 hours this far. Yeah, 2 hours. I think the longest I've done is 6, but I won't go that long though. Mm. Mm. Wow. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I'll try to catch you if I can. Yeah, maybe I have an idea. Here's what I can do. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. All right, now I have you on all of them now, so I can catch you. I forgot to put that down there. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget. That'll go and be one of your chatters. Then your chat mod can go boot out the bad people. Oh, yeah, okay. Do your hair. That's cool. It's all right. I don't have hardly any. Dig Norelco and shave mine off. There you go. I used to have long hair myself. Had hair down my shoulders. Yeah. All right. I'll like I say, I'll just watch for a little bit. I'll watch the bell. I got you on the bell. It's all right. I could, you know, let's say you never know. Never know what could happen. I mean, look at me. When I get this, when I first started on YouTube, in 2 years, I only had what, 11 subscribers or something like that in 2 years until I went to New Orleans. Then my subscribers went way up after that. Went around New Orleans. That was fun. If you've never been to New Orleans, that's a wild town. Wow, people are so wild. God. I mean, that was an off year. That wasn't the Mardi Gras. Oh yeah, I tried the cemeteries. I didn't get too many views doing cemeteries myself. So yeah, mine is mostly the travel. But once I get more money going, I'll do a town or two, or maybe I'll have one of my guest characters, do the towns. Yeah, and And that's my favorite hat, my $24 hat from New Orleans. It's a hat made in China, but that's all right. It's it's my favorite hat. It was for $24 at a hat shop. Yeah, I get most of my views traveling myself. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll watch that. I'll watch that. Yeah, I'll see if got it. Yeah. Wow, you can make hats. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do. The only thing I like to do is act stupid on YouTube. I'm good at that. Yeah, I'm good at acting stupid on YouTube. That's kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's the trouble. I live in my small place. I paid, was it $1 for this at a thrift shop, and already broke that, but it still works. This is from the 1960s. I paid $1. And I bought this for $4.50 at Walmart. I'm Anthony doll. I bought that. Sometimes I just buy stuff on what is what. I mean, the doll or the thermometer. Yeah, that's the thermometer. Yeah. Yep. This is the thermometer and the humidity. See, it says made in the USA too. You know that's old. That's back in the 60s. Paid $1.99 for this at the Salvation Army. They claimed they threw a no-hitter as an old 50s baseball. Yeah. Well, the signature. Oh. Yeah, just somebody, just some people goofing around. It's a goof around thing. It's no baseball player or anything. Just people see back in the 50s and stuff, people fantasized when they signed stuff. 50s, 60s, and 70s. We all had our fantasies. We pretended like we were professional ball players. I scored 23 touchdowns in a season, and yeah, we all did that. Yeah, but nowadays, with all that social media going on, and things are different. Things are much different now than they used to be. Yeah, just like I say, just some unknown people signing a ball, and I just bought the baseball because it's like very old, and yeah, yeah. I used to fantasize being a pitcher when I was a kid, but nowadays with those new rules in baseball, where you can throw the ball 3 times to first base, or when the bases where the runners are on, then you got to throw straight ahead no matter what. Imagine that. That's how much baseball has changed. And now they're on a timer for the pitcher to pitch and the batter to get ready. Not much time. They had it for 20 seconds for a pitcher with runners on. They lowered it to 18. So nowadays it's like video game baseball. Yeah. And the reason they did that, and for pitchers, for a relief pitcher, they got to pitch to a minimum of 3 batters now because Joe Madden, that ex-coach that won the World Series for the Cubs, he was known to put in 7 pitchers in a row. Okay, say if the batter gets 1 batter out, next pitcher, another batter out, next pitcher, another batter out, next pitcher. He can't do that anymore. So, but with with all the years Madden's managed, he doesn't care. He saved his money and said, "Who cares?" He saved his money and said, "Who cares?" Yeah, yeah, but they won't though. They're going to keep those rules, you know. Yeah, yeah. So I say they changed the rules. They do that now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nowadays they have to pitch a minimum of 3 batters. A pitcher's got to pitch a minimum of 3 batters to, you know, before they can change the pitcher again. They have to pitch a minimum of 3 batters now for a relief pitcher. And they have like, I think 18 seconds for a pitcher to get ready. I think like 12 to 14 seconds for the hitter to get ready. And if the runner's on base, they have a little more time. So nowadays, that catcher and pitcher is going to make a lot more money because there's a lot of pitchers and catchers for the time before they can't do that. So they're going to be out of baseball. Some of them will be out of baseball because they can't adjust to it. Some pitchers will be out. Yeah. That's good pizza. Almost finished. Yeah, you're welcome there. Honestly, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, all right. I'll watch for you very carefully. Yeah, I'll try to watch for you. Yeah. Now I got to convince the people in Wire Club Wordy that I'm gonna watch it. All right. See you later. Yeah, cool. 2 people with live shows. Yeah, me, honest me. Cool. Great. Super. What? The leaves are flying. The leaves are flying today. All right. Let's see. Is anybody here? Oh, I guess somebody is here. The numbers keep going back and forth. I can't even tell. How many baseballs? I just have that one for now. I used to have kind of more, mostly softballs. But yeah, they got lost when we were moving in Wadena. So yeah, yeah. No, I don't have any bats. No, I just don't have like room in my apartment for them. I just want to collect a baseball. I used to have a couple of bats, but one bat I bought for $375 from Chad Harfield years ago. A guy named Chris Schweiger from Brooklyn Park. He took my metal bat, and here's this one thing. It's a before telephone thing before digging call. This metal thing. I took my bat and smashed it and dented it all up and wrecked it, so I had to throw it out. My dad blamed me for it. You want to see my bat? Then he went and smashed it. Then he gave it back to me. And then my dad started blaming me for it. Well, it wasn't my fault. I thought he just wanted to look at my bat. It was weird. Yeah, a real jerk stick. Yeah, a real jerk stick. I lived in the double bungalows in Brooklyn Park at the time. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they are. And there's some short ones too. I did play on a softball team for 1 year and played one game for Old Milwaukee. Then when I grounded into a double play, the manager said to me, "So long." What could I do? I went to Montana, so it didn't matter. I had more fun going to Montana. Yeah. Yeah, I like Montana. It's beautiful. It's a real nice state. It's just so wide open. You can drive across Montana for 8 hours. You see one vehicle go by all day. It's amazing. You can drive all day in parts of Montana. You see one vehicle drive by all day long as you're driving with your full tank of gas. Huh. Yeah, good thing my Park Avenue had good gas mileage. I don't know, my Grand Marquis, I'd almost be scared to drive that thing to Montana. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used to play in that softball field in Park Rapids. He had like 4 fields and he added a field. Then they had less teams because less people are interested. Last I checked, I think they had like still like 9 teams. I don't think people are as interested in playing softball as they used to be, because of, well, social media. Yeah, because of social media. Mm, mm, mm. Ah, well done my pizza. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean that one in Monaga, right? Is Tom Ben McKeldin. Ying, please the dip. Oh, yeah. Or is it, oh, is that was this me, right? Or is that as Tom Ben McKeldin? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to go out of the car and go to the softball field again, but then I decided now I'll just drive around in my car instead. Yeah. Yeah, that's the opposite of what I really am. I just, you know, the four, no, it's five characters I created. I created four negative ones and an idiot who cries about nothing. Yeah, it's after people I used to know. Mm, yeah, oh, it's a nice day. Wow, 50, 53 degrees. Oh, yeah, feels warmer. Yeah, just about done with my pizza. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, man. Ah, I just, wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, let's see. I'll try 7 more minutes. Yeah. Phew. Excuse me. Nah, still my pizza. I just went, choo. Yeah, sometimes it's my breathing. Oh, bang, blue raz. Fuel your destiny. Huh. Yeah, yeah. I usually drink Bang and Rain. Rain and Bang are both owned by Monster now. Monster destroyed both of them. Yeah, because Monster owned Rain, but I guess to that Monster, Rain didn't sell enough. So they got rid of them. Then they won a court case against Bang for some like copyright infringement. Bang lost the case. So they took over Bang and destroyed the brand too. Yeah, they'll come up with new brands though. They always do. His stores like those chain stores, they look for variety and they just see what sells. It's a tough market. Oh yeah, about Annie Chung's my favorite noodle bowl. Yeah, I read about how much she sold her Annie Chung's thing. She got $6 million for it, but now she has it's a thing with seaweed makes it healthy, and the factory is like South Korea or something like that because it's a different kind of seaweed. It was an interesting story. Yeah, one of my favorite people is Annie Chung. Yeah, it's just she's so educational. Yeah, made $6 million. Yeah, she could kick her feet up, but she'd rather be busy than kick her feet up. So, yeah, it's my funny breathing. So I can't be a long distance runner anymore. I wish it was, but I can't. Doggone it. Shucks a roo. Shoot. Ah. Oops. Yeah, just looking around, see what's going on. Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In 15 seconds, I think. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Okay. Well, I thank everybody for stopping by. It's been a fun show today. I had constant chatters. It's been great. And well, see you later. Have a fun day. Bye.